It's the best of 17 frames. They play 8 in the first session, a further 9, if necessary, tonight. That's the trophy, and of course the kudos of being the inaugural European Masters champion. So, Mike, prediction.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks very much. Well, the first one gets to 9. Will be the winner, of course. But I would think at the moment, the way they've both been playing this week, you've probably got to sort of slightly edge towards Ronnie. That's only a personal view. But it's going to be a great day.
Well, I don't blame you for sitting on the fence whatsoever.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the first frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Well, it's just going to be one of those days just to enjoy. You saw what Ronnie did yesterday with Neil Robertson. Totally obliterated him, really. But Judd has been playing some great stuff this week. I can't see a runaway victory for either of these players. I think it's going to be really close. But we've got 8 frames for you in this opening session. It's been a great tournament, Phil. A good week, hasn't it? Great success.
It has. Conditions for the closing quarter-final between Neil Robertson and Anthony McGill were very poor. Apart from that, I can't think of one negative thing to say about the week. We've seen some excellent snooker, and when you get 4 semi-finalists like Robertson, Selby and these two, you can't wish for anything better. What was interesting, after beating Robertson last night, O'Sullivan told us he'd been practicing a lot with Judd Trump recently.
Well, they also did a series of exhibitions around the UK and further venues as well. But I was just about to say, Phil, I think the only reason I've gone for Ronnie is the way he played against Neil yesterday. If he maintains that form, then he's going to be a handful, isn't he? But if Judd gets going well, this could be an absolute cracker. One of those classic finals. But the opening red goes to Judd Trump.
Super start. Yes, the O'Sullivan quote last night was, I think he, meaning Judd, I think Judd's got the talent to probably not dominate snooker, but to be the best in the world. He's got age on his side. If me and him can practice a bit more together, he'll definitely benefit from that. So what O'Sullivan is basically saying is that Trump is the heir apparent.
Well, I wouldn't disagree with that. The Judd's definitely putting the work in, and he's playing a lot better now these days. He's back to where he's not quite where we were seeing the heights that he's hit, but I'll tell you, he's not far away.
12.
And there's an area of expectation with this crowd here in Bucharest
13.
for today's final. Judd in first, though, in this opener.
Well, we talk about the rankings an awful lot. When it comes to the
20.
entertainment rankings, these two are pretty much permanently 1 and 2.
21.
Well, he's had a couple of centuries this week. Judd's had 5, actually. And the other person that surpassed him on that has been Mark Davis on 6.
$29.
Perfect angle to go into the pink full ball. Caught the edge of it, but has it finished well? Not really. I don't think he's on the right-hand one. Didn't catch the pink full ball. Well, the bonus is that it's touching ball, so he can play away from the pack if he wishes, but this red to the left corner is awkward, and it's a stretch for a left-hander.
Contemplating playing the shot right-handed, but as Mike said, it's so awkward.
Well, again, it's touching ball, so he can play away. Well, that was a pity. If you've got a good
Judd
split,
Trump, 34.
you'll still be at the table. Well, the tournament's coming thick and fast, Phil, aren't they? These boys who are in Manchester, playing in Manchester on Tuesday, and they fly home tomorrow. And the home nations kicks off the English Open. I don't think that's a bad thing, because at the end of the day, if you know you're playing well and in good form and you're lifting today's trophy, then you want to just keep playing.
Exactly. I think both of these two will go to Event City full of confidence regardless of the outcome today. Yes, the English Open, another brand new event like this, live on Eurosport from tomorrow afternoon. Sullivan starts out on Tuesday against Jimmy Robertson, a very underrated player from Sussex who can pot with the best of them. As for Judd Trump, he starts off against 1997 world champion Ken Doherty.
Well played. Just a little bit of business to be done today, though.
1.
And for all of their panache and great potting and break building abilities which they've shown this week, I think the key to the success of both in reaching this final has been their measured approach and their patience. Their safety has been by and large excellent.
Yeah, good weight there. Might have left one on though. Ooh, whoever did it. Didn't need much more on the other one either. That was going in. So a half chance here for Ronnie then into the corner pocket. Well, Judd will be disappointed missing that one. Chance here for Ronnie to get in. Well played. Well, Judd made the early running in his opening frame, but just look where the balls are. Real chance here for Ronnie to obviously get back into the frame, and we know within a few shots it'll open everything up, and it could be a frame-winning opportunity.
6.
The standard of snooker from these two this week has been impeccable, really. Ronnie yesterday was awesome against Neil Robertson. Well, he was trying to get around for the blue, but it's gone wrong.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 15.
Now, this is the kind of thing I was trying to articulate a little earlier on. Out of position, O'Sullivan. Well, we thought he played a good safety shot with the cue ball close to that ball cushion, and then fancy cutting that one in.
Oh, where's he found that from?
Well, maybe the pink provided some kind of alignment guide, but even so, tremendous.
Won't be best pleased with that one, though. That's poor. He was just trying to slide by that one for the red on the top cushion. This might be a safety here. Not impressed with that one. Trying to keep the break going. Packed house. Could have landed on the brown there, but the next best thing.
Judd Trump, 4.
Has to be really careful here. We all know O'Sullivan's extraordinary knowledge and appreciation of angles in this kind of situation. But one small misjudgment could be very expensive.
Too far down, I think.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump, 4.
Well, that might go back.
Yeah, thanks.
What's a better angle? Well played. Well, he's got it red to the middle pocket here. Just might take this on. You can drop it in for the black. He's got it. Oh, I'll tell you what. He's hit the ground running here, Phil. How well has he cued that?
Well, he spotted 4 or 5 crackers already. This kind of pot, though, across the top cushion, always a real test.
He's striking them nicely, though. I fancy him for this. Oh, why did I say that?
Judd Trump, 8.
And he hasn't done enough. There's a chance here for Ronnie to steal. I didn't think he'd miss that one. There's no difficult colour on the table here. Well, that's poor, really, at this level. Should have got that one. And that's gone wrong.
8. Please switch that off.
Nice ringtone.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
Well, he was looking to cover it with a brown, and he hasn't done. And Judd might be tempted with this one. Well, he wasn't tempted, but it could have been a better safety shot. This is a half chance for Ronnie if he wants to take it on. You could pot this and move the other one. Well, he tried to float it in. He won't be best pleased with that. Well, The frame started very well, and all of a sudden they're missing them all over the place. I'm not saying that was easy. So another chance here then for Ronnie to steal. He's gone a touch high in the black though. Might have to play the pink with backspin. I don't know whether he can get enough action on the white, so he's just gone a fraction high in the black.
How about just potting the red and playing the snooker in behind the black?
Just wonder if he might rattle the red fill and lay the snooker. Let's go for the red. Looks good. Looks very good. Well, yeah, he's hedged it. I mean, it was in his mind, obviously. Just 20 behind now with 27 on.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
The thing is with these, I thought he might have got that tighter to the black because there's always a chance that Judd could come off the side cushion and pot this yellow. I've seen it before. Mind you, he's got to hit it first. Oh, don't tell me. Not behind the black. Or the pink. He needs cover, though. And he hasn't got it. Ronnie can see the yellow, I think. And he's got a slight angle to get out for the green. So just 20 points behind. 27 on the table, I should say. And he has the angle. No, he's overcooked it. He was trying to kill the white. Might not play the pot here.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 2.
This first frame is still in the balancer.
Yes, and usually O'Sullivan's had 3 chances to clear. Hasn't missed a ball, but he's failed to obtain position.
Judd will still need the green and the brown. Ronnie needs them all.
Looks a little nervous to me, O'Sullivan. His rhythm isn't quite the same as it's been throughout the tournament. Looks a little hurried to the table. Hurried when he's down on the shot as well. But here is another opportunity to steal the opener.
Don't understand why Judd went that way. He could have played it thin, white up and down, and he would have been guaranteed to miss the double kiss. That's an awful safety from Judd. Might cost him this opening frame. This is another chance here for Ronnie. Can he take this one? He needs to miss the blue.
3.
Well, it's okay. Well, I don't know why he played it that way. Why didn't he just play it thin, white up and down? He needs to keep going.
7.
He's got there. And he can play the blue and white off 2 cushions for the pink.
The brown underlining the great advantage of being ambidextrous.
Edward screw inside. Will slow down. Don't creep behind the black. No, it's perfect. Well, this will hurt Judd because he started really well in this opening frame. He's had numerous chances to win it, as Ronnie has. But it's Ronnie that's going to take it.
Yes, that will do O'Sullivan more good than if he'd gone in and won the frame in a single visit. Trump will be a little crestfallen by that. O'Sullivan leads 1-0.
To the second frame, Judd Trump to break.
Welcome back to Bucharest, Romania, and welcome back to the final of the European Masters. This is the first session. It's a race to 9. In this session, the opening 8 frames. The first decided on the final black, won by O'Sullivan. Could easily have gone the other way. And I think by their exalted standards, Mike, the opening frame was very scrappy.
Yeah, it was actually. I mean, Judd, up to a point, was totally in control, but it was the safety on the green that, for me, I don't know whether he was just trying to get a little bit cute and play it the other way. I thought he would just play the plane well, a little bit of check sign, white up and down, and green to the middle of the back cushion. So, but it cost him in the end. There was numerous chances on both sides towards the end of that frame, but that man took it, and it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. Gone for the double.
Even if O'Sullivan builds a big lead today, he will not feel entirely safe until he's over the line. Trump's got a history of making comebacks against him on the big occasion, sometimes successfully, sometimes falling just short.
Well, he's pushed one over the corner, but I don't know whether he has covered it. No, he hasn't.
One.
Now, needs to make this count and just hit straight back here, and you'll forget about the opening frame. Sometimes, a couple of seasons ago, we thought that Judd might be sort of pushing the boat out a little bit, Phil.
Give me a moment here, please.
A couple of liberties and that, but he hasn't done that this week. He's been really disciplined, and he's meant it. He's wanting this tournament. He wants trophies in the cabinet. He said that already. Long way to go today.
Well, he's looking for his second ranking title of the year, Trump. He won the China Open back in April, and if he were to prevail, it would be his sixth ranking title in total, which would put him tied 12th on the all-time list, alongside Shaun Murphy and Ken Doherty.
8.
And if he gets on a real buzz, you know, break building wise, he might arrive at a milestone today. He's made 397 centuries in competition, so 3 more needed
14.
for the 400 mark. And when you consider he's only just turned 27, that's motoring.
That's unbelievable. Well, if he doesn't get them today, I'm sure he'll get them next week if he stays in the tournament there as well. Made 5 in this competition, as I've just
16.
mentioned. Yes, 4 this week and 1 in the qualifying section. Well, he was trying to spread them, but it didn't happen. I think he was trying to get into the pink there, but missed
24.
it. Wow. What can you say? That's outrageous. What a part that is. I didn't think that was on. Caught it clean. Unlucky. That's twice he's gone into the pack with good pace and nothing's happened.
32.
It's only the second frame in, Phil, but hello, mobile phone. The signs are there that they're going to have a pop at each other, aren't they?
Please make sure all your mobile phones are switched off, please. Thank you.
Referee Marcel Eckhart just asking the audience to make sure that their mobile phones are switched off. Oh, Didn't think he'd be going for that.
As I say, over the years, I like to think I've become a pretty good reader of O'Sullivan, and right now he doesn't seem quite as settled as he has for the other matches in this tournament. Sure, it's only a matter of becoming acclimatised, and being involved in the big occasion, of course, for him is second nature.
6. 7. 14. 15.
I also think a match between O'Sullivan and Trump now is rather akin to a match between O'Sullivan and Jimmy White 15, 20 years ago.
22.
Jimmy White, Alex Higgins. Another matchup. Kirk Stevens, Jimmy White.
23.
Now this one really should be under wraps.
30. 31.
'Yeah, once more the crowd have done their calculations. But this was the
36.
red that Ronnie took on. Now, I'm not sure whether he was trying to play a safety there or actually went for the pot. But it's cost him dear. This red to really make sure then for Judd.
37.
Well done. Well, he'll forget about the first frame now. Just to remind everybody at home that they're playing 8 frames in this opening session of this final. And a possible 9 this evening. We might need them.
42. 42 in the second.
With breaks of 32 and 42, Judd Trump dominates the second frame. O'Sullivan didn't pot a ball, and these two great potters are level. 1-1. The first 2 frames shared in this European Masters final. O'Sullivan breaks off in the third, hoping to regain the advantage. If you include the Championship League earlier this year, this is the 6th final they've played. And Trump has won 3 of the first 5.
Yeah, that was a half chance for Judd there as well.
If today's match is anything like the first final they ever contested, we're in for a treat. That was in Antwerp, Belgium, in a European Tour event in 2011. Trump won that one 4-3. It was a classic, and at the end, a packed audience gave them both a standing ovation, and a fully deserved standing ovation at that. Wonderful snooker. Frames over in the blink of an eye. Trump also beat O'Sullivan 10-7 in the final of last year's World Grand Prix after trailing 4-1 and 7-4.
Short of pace there, though. This is a chance. Came across it. That could land over the middle. Still has one to this right corner. Well, he was knocking those in for fun yesterday. Just gone a touch far, if anything. He was hoping to be straight on this red to get onto the black, and you got a trace of side on the white. Well, that was handy. Being able to get through the gap there, so he could come down for the blue or the yellow. Plenty of reds in the open, but it's one of those situations where you have to keep tight control of the cue ball. Will he be sitting in that chair for some time? Oh, Judd, that's careless. Concentrated so much on the cannon, he's taken his eye off the pot.
Yes, the age-old mental lapse of thinking so much about position and in your mind, giving yourself a pot.
One.
It's happened on countless occasions, and it will happen on countless more.
Well, Ronnie has the opportunity here to bring the black into play, which will help.
7.
Well, these should have been Judd's.
$14. 15.
This is the blue that went astray, just caught the left-hand jaw, refused to drop, and that could be really expensive. It should be really expensive.
$23.
I don't know what this may feel, but noticeable this week, Ronnie's tempo around and at the table is slightly slowed. Taking more care. We know how
31.
long it takes for him to knock in a 70 or 80, no time at all, but it just seems to be taking a lot more care. As you said, he didn't have the graces of starts, and as you mentioned here, but he's looking to build. A chance to lead 2-1. But it's, I think
38.
he's just a little bit slow around the table, just give himself some more thinking time.
39.
Still great to watch. Well, there you go, but it's still 17 seconds. Amazing, isn't it? And Judd's at 16.
46.
I can't see it moving from those two numbers all day. Chose to go into them. He's been a little bit unlucky to finish there. Okay, there is a red that's on, but this is tough. If he gets a good split, it's frame over. Now, does he have the angle here to pot the red and run into the black? Nope. This needs perfect cueing. Oh, Couldn't get high in the black. In fact, I don't think he's on it. I think that's end of break. And the problem he's got now is the red that's near the corner pocket. It's going to have to hide it.
Yes, that was a superb red. He deserved more than he got.
Yeah, any sort of pot on the black would have been fine.
Green ball.
Got to get this right. Otherwise, Judd could counter. Don't think he has, you know.
53.
I think he's left it. 53, but it might not be enough. Yeah, Ronnie was trying to cover that red with the yellow, didn't manage it. And, well, Judd could strike here.
There's only one
Sorry, Phil.
obvious problem ball on the table, Mike, and that's the red on the top cushion. But even then, it shouldn't be a problem if the necessary position is obtained.
Yeah, right in behind it. A couple of inches off the cushion.
6.
Well, we know what these two are about, Phil, and it's got to be said in as much that I don't think they're going to be turning much down, do you? You know, if there's a red on, they're going to take it on.
$13.
It's going to be about that last red, but again, riding behind it,
20.
a couple of inches off the cushion would be perfect. All you have to do is just drop them in for the black.
21.
Don't think he'll play the cannon, especially not from there. There's always the other option. He can leave the white high and lay the snooker. But he's going for the frame here.
28.
But we've seen plenty of these rattle down the years.
29.
Not this time. Oh, that's kicked. That was a definite kick. The black has gone across the table.
29.
What a time to get a kick.
And that was a thumping contact. Look at this. Just straightened like you wouldn't believe. Defied the laws of physics.
Well, it wouldn't have been so bad if he wasn't playing dead on to the yellow, but Ronnie's not played that very well. Let's have a look at this. I mean, straight across the table. Horrendous. Oh, great pot. Couldn't hold for the brown, though. But it didn't matter because he's 23 the lead. That was frame ball. That kick has cost Judd this frame. Well, I think so at the moment. He needs one snooker. He'll come back.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
Well, one of O'Sullivan's great traits is being able to pot difficult frame balls. He's just done that there. One of Trump's great traits is being able to lay snookers. Seen him trap opponents with absolute crackers over the years, but he must be feeling rather down at the moment.
And he hasn't got the cue ball in behind the pink, so if this goes in, it's 2-1 to Ronnie. Oh. Well, you've got to feel for Judd there because he had the frame at his mercy and through no fault of his own, he's got a massive kick on the black and it's cost him.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4 on the first frame.
Trump needed 2 snookers with 3 colours left, decided enough was enough. He had a kick on the black and then it was a kick in the teeth. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 2-1 ahead.
4th frame, Judd Trump to break.
As the referee Marcel Eckhart just said, this is the 4th frame of a possible 17. Still early days, but psychologically, this is now quite a big one. If O'Sullivan can press home the advantage and take a 3-1 lead, it's an early mini crisis for Trump.
Well, again, that was a half chance. And a chance for Judd here then. A 15-minute interval after this frame. Just came across it. Well, there's a long pot success. Well, 33%. When's the last time you saw that from Ronnie? And he's long potting. He's been really good this week. Just a little bit of disturbance in the background there. That's why Judd's just backed away. Yeah, he's been knocking the long stuff in. Not today so far. Well, a chance then for Judd to level the match into the interval. And in some ways, I think that would be a little bit of justice done, actually, considering the kick he had on that black. That was horrendous.
Well, Trump, thanks to potting several really good pots in the first frame, was in command of that one. He could have pinched the third. He did win the second, so quite conceivably, instead of being behind, he could be 3-0 ahead.
5.
Wanted a little bit more on the cue ball there, though. He wanted to be straight on this pink. I don't know where the next red's coming from, unless he plays on the one just above the black. Across the table with the cue ball. Gone around the table. Needs to avoid the colours, and he's done it beautifully. He's on this bottom red. But what about that for a shot? Oh. Brilliant. I'm not being funny, Phil, but these two boys have got too much talent between them. They should share it out a bit. Give it to other people. Give them 5% each and share it around. That was a great shot.
Thank you. 11.
Not sure if the red above the black goes to the right corner. He's checking one a little bit higher up the table. The one next to the black would be ideal if it goes. I think he'll come down the left-hand side. And there's also the other one through the gap. That looks pretty good to me. He's on the red right to the black. That, perfect. Well, it doesn't go, but he can play it into the left corner now. Open up the black spot. Well, if Judd can just knock in a 70 or 80 here, get into the interval at 2-all, he'll be quite happy with that. He'll forget about the first frame that he should have won, which Phil has mentioned, and also that 25. Kick in the previous frame.
26.
Not been going an hour yet, Phil. Some stuff, isn't it? Well, I said last night it was hard to make predictions. One thing we could say with absolute confidence, this was never going to be slow. Now, he's purposely left himself high on this red to split other reds, open 33. Them up, get himself onto a colour. He might be able to push the pink into the open here. No, missed that. Hang on, calling all pockets. He nearly got 3 reds there. Not good. Wanted to be past the blue. He has 36. A red on the right-hand side there. Well, he can attempt the pot and take the cue ball back into bulk for safety.
Well, he didn't take it into bulk. He decided to play on one. What a pot that is. Brilliant recovery. He's given himself the chance to win the frame. I love it when he's in this mood, Phil. When he goes into the pack, it's that harem-scarum snooker, isn't it? It's brilliant to watch.
41.
Both these players are always looking to get the pack open early if they can.
42.
Well, it's looking like 2-2 at the interval if Judd can just mind his work here and don't get a horrendous kick at the wrong moment. Once more, looking
45.
to just avoid the blue there. It's okay. Oh, don't go in.
Foul.
Unbelievable.
Judd Trump, 45. Ronnie
Unbelievable.
O'Sullivan, 7.
Well, there he could have done with a kick on the black to keep it out.
Imagine if Ronnie wins from here. Well, wins this frame.
1.
This has got echoes of Ronnie O'Sullivan's match against Mark Allen in the last 16. Allen was off like a train in that one. Made a big century in the first. But O'Sullivan won the next two with clearances of 65 and 60 to win both on the black. He was 2 on ahead. He said at the time he got no right to be in front.
14.
And if he's 3-1 ahead going into the interval here, I think he will have a similar emotion.
15. $20. 21.
The other thing is as well, Philip, I mean, if Judd had just put that opening frame away, that could have been all different. He might have just, built his confidence. I'm not saying it's not there already, but it does help if you get off to a
28.
good start.
Yes, if he's looking for some kind of solace here, Trump, the red closest to the right-hand side cushion, that's semi-awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the first frame, but Judd's been so unlucky. I mean, he's got a kick on the black and he's knocked the black in.
29.
It's a crazy game at times.
And this frame could revolve around this particular shot. We assume the pink's going to go in, but what about position on the last red? That's the crunch.
Well, right in behind it, dead straight to the middle. Ronnie's had a look at the angle. It's gone the other way. He's taken the risk factor out of it and he's played it well. Yep, it was absolutely perfect. Well, it's looking like 3-1, but let's be honest, it really should have been 2 apiece.
42.
Didn't get into the pink as he wanted to, though, so pressure on this yellow.
44.
Played it well. He needs green, brown and blue to lead 3-1 at the first interval.
47.
Some of the crowd weren't sure whether the brown would reach. Of course it did.
Well, not this one in as well, because it just starts Judd coming back to the table to play snookers.
Tell you what, that white was close. Ronnie O'Sullivan 3-1 ahead at the mid-session interval. Talk about against the run of play. That was smash and grab. O'Sullivan's won one frame on the black, another on the green, another on the blue. Trump could have won all 4 frames, but actually he's won only one. Has the pattern been set? Is it going to be O'Sullivan's day?
Take your seats as quick as you can, please. The frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Even the most passionate and myopic supporter of O'Sullivan couldn't possibly deny that Trump has been unlucky. He has been. Third frame, poised to take it, suffered a thunderous kick on a black that caused the ball to straighten and miss the target. The frame before the interval, potted a red, chipped in the black simultaneously. O'Sullivan cleared up, but as you can see from that, Trump is still punching.
You always run the risk of knocking a ball in, and he nearly did it again there with a red to the middle. That would have been so unlucky. But just look at them now.
9.
Lots of players find it difficult to shrug off bad luck, don't they, Mike? They dwell on it, and it becomes a negative influence that's too big to overcome. But I don't think Trump's one of those players.
No, he's one of those players. It just erases it from his memory, doesn't he? That's it. Let's get on with it. You know, there's a long way to go yet. Best of 17, whatever happens, and they're very, very good at of just getting rid of it out of the mind. Really.
14.
Yeah, well, he'd been so unlucky if that red had gone in there. But like I say, you take the risk when you go into the pack.
15.
So you can't legislate. When you're going into the pack, there's always a possibility of that, Phil. But when you're potting a red and then knocking a black in like it did, well, that was crazy. You could stand there all day and not do that again. You can't legislate for that. But, you know, he's 3-1 behind, 3-2. All of a sudden, might be 3-all.
20.
Probably needed that interval as well, just to regroup. It's been best of 7s all week till we got to the semi-finals, of course.
21.
So we just say this is simmering, it's building up nicely, but the next couple of frames for Judd are mightily important.
Well, we made this point yesterday. I think the first 5 days of the tournament, being best of 7s, as you say, Mike, meant no intervals, no obvious juncture
29.
for changes in momentum to occur. But when intervals kick in, time and again we see the whole complexion of a match switch around.
Played
on the left-hand one, but he'll play the right-hand one. Probably down for the blue here. Plenty of options. And the way these two have been playing this week, you'd say this 37. Is frame over. Again, just the wrong side of the blue. It's not a real problem.
What a break in play does, it's a double-edged sword. It enables the player who's struggling
42.
or behind to mentally regroup.
43.
And it also allows the rhythm of the player who's in front to dissipate. Doesn't always work like that, of course. Last night, when O'Sullivan beat Robertson 6-0,
50.
he played brilliantly before and after the interval. But so often
51.
that 15 minutes can change the whole course of a match.
Yeah, he didn't give Neil a chance yesterday, really. Put him to the sword. But you just get the feeling once more with these two that it's going to be one of those finals that's going to be punch and counter punch.
56.
Run out of position there slightly. He's going to have to play this left-hand red. And at the end of the day, you know, it's all about the next 4 frames and how they come out of this first session. Judd will be looking for 3 out of the 4, which, well, that will set things up nicely for the evening session. 4 apiece. Oof. Whatever you got on this evening, cancel it.
Didn't screw back far enough off the red, having to go all around the houses, and he's done pretty well from there. But still not over the line in this frame.
No, still needs a red and a colour. Well, he's played these well so far.
63.
But could have done with the cue ball a little bit further away from this side cushion. This still needs potting. It's frame ball. Well played. Well, they're loving this, as we are. We've had
17.
some wonderful snooker from these lads all week. It's been tremendous stuff. Fitting that the two
71.
most gifted players in our game are in today's final.
$76. 77.
The break is 82, the most he can put
82.
together, 133, which wouldn't challenge
83.
Mark Selby's 136 for the €1,000 high break award.
It would put him 2 off the 400 mark, though.
$90. $91.
What a response, not just to O'Sullivan, but to the scoreline and to adversity.
I think the thing you've got to do, this for the century, 398 of his career, he's got to play this, well, he has played this frame like it's the first one, 3-1 behind, but come out and play it like it's the opening frame. And there you go, the first century of this final. I think there might be 1 or 2 more to come as well by the end of the day. These two are beginning to warm up.
108. $111.
Trump's not quite as good right-handed as O'Sullivan is left-handed, but he's useful nevertheless.
$115.
Well, I don't be surprised if this goes in somewhere. Oh, cheeky one down the rail.
Judd Trump.
Judd Trump's deficit is halved, and in spectacular, dashing fashion, a break of 120, his 6th century of the tournament. The final, livening up.
This one as well.
26. Judd Trump to break.
His target after the interval would have been 3-1 for him. 4-0 would be a bonus. He's got one of the three, sorry, Phil.
I think there's an argument here, Mike, to say that even though Trump is trailing, marginally he's been the better player.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get the few stats up with the pot success and the points scored. Especially now he's made 120.
Well, he's ahead in safety success by 3%. Ahead in pot success by 3%.
Table time 60, 40s, 3-2 behind. The points scored. And what are the points scored is?
Well, Trump has scored 325 points so far. O'Sullivan, 189.
And yet, he's 3-2 behind.
What was the old saying? There are lies, damn lies in statistics.
Caught the pink.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump 6. From there.
Yeah, just not had it put back. There's no point really. Ronnie will just put into the side of the pack. So he's allowing Ronnie to play from there. Seems he can get through the gap. Possibly get the cue ball back to the bulk cushion. Well, that's not too clever. Catching the blue. Very close. Now, I just wonder if these two reds on the left-hand side of the pack are plant. Judd's looking at them. Some distance between them, though, if he goes for this. Look at this from Ronnie. Close. But they don't take those. Now, is he thinking about these two reds on the left-hand side here? He's checking them again. He might be having a go at these. There we go. As our cameraman just pans out, and well, they're set. The only problem is the distance between the two of them. But he's had two looks at this, and I think he's already made up his mind to go for this plant. This is not guaranteed. Did that go in, Phil, by the way?
One.
It was one of those shots where you were happy that your finger wasn't on the back of the pocket at the time.
Yeah. He's hit it too well. Look where he's finished. See, he's in that sort of mood that he might just power this brown in and get close to this red over left corner. On the other hand, he's closing the shot. Can't blame him for that.
Trump. 1.
Well, answers on a postcard here. Where do you put the cue ball?
Yeah, sure.
He's asked for the spider, so I can only assume he's going for this red on the left-hand side here near the corner pocket. So difficult to get safe here. Well, he's hit it, but he doesn't want to push it on. He was in a lot of trouble there, Ronnie. I think he was just checking the black there, actually, to this right corner, so he's obviously thinking a few shots ahead, especially if he can get himself around the black spot. Played on the bottom red. That's about perfect, because he can play a little cannon into the red and stay on the black here. Terrific shot.
Yes, on the sixpence that, and he needed it because it's a rather congested table down here.
Four.
Well, that could have been better. This is one of those, just make sure of the pot, then let the rest happen.
Foul.
Well, he doesn't mind that.
Ronnie
He's not bothered
O'Sullivan.
about giving away the 7 points. Where the white's finished, he's got away with that. If he'd have left Ronnie a red on, could have been a disaster.
Absolutely right, Mike. If the red that went in had jangled around in the jaws of that baulk pocket and stayed right over the pocket, that potentially would have been a lot more destructive than a mere 7 penalty points. One thing we have to say here, the standard has been pretty good so far. Lots of entertaining snooker. Despite the table, I think it's still playing quite dead, certainly when players are having to apply backspin. It's not as responsive as normal.
No, he's picked up, they had a refit on, when was it, Friday evening for the semis and the final. But I don't know why that has happened. I'm not sure. We had a lot of rain outside the venue on Thursday. The table sort of deteriorated over the last hour or so of play, but they say there's a refit, but it's not the fastest table that these boys have played on during the last few months. Well, I'll tell you what, though, these two guys are coping very well, Phil, because they're wonderful cueists, and they make it look easy.
Yes, they've got the power game to cope.
Yes, they're adapting. Close again. Well, just as well they missed that red on the way back. Okay, there's another red on here for Judd, but it's from distance.
He's been picking up the pieces in frames and winning them that way, but from distance, not yet firing.
And yet, last evening, he hardly missed one against Neil Robertson. Oh, great shot, nice cannon. Still got the pink into the middle. There we go. Look at that, 33%. Ooh. Still low for Ronnie. 90% for Judd. That's good. He's on this black.
Stood fine. Yeah.
No. When he played the cannon into the red, he just caught it a little bit full. I mean, there wasn't a lot of angle on that red to play the cannon, but he needed to hit the red thinner and just take it away from the black slightly. That was too close for comfort there. You're talking about picking up the pieces, Phil. Chance here.
1.
Yes, it seems as though Trump's doing all the legwork and then O'Sullivan swooping for the glory. Highest break so far for O'Sullivan in the 5 frames played. By his standards, a modest 53.
7.
Well, there you see, again, struggling to get the right side of the blue. When they're screwing back, it's a little more difficult than normal.
Well, there's a red that passes the black to the right corner, so you can just bring the cue ball back a little bit. He's recovered nicely though, back in prime position. Electing the pink first instead of the black. And then play on the red near the black spot. Good thinking. Well, we know that Ronnie's got one of the best snooker brains ever.
19.
Worked all that out. He's played it that way just to take this red away from the black spot, open things up. So all these little mini plans, Phil, aren't they? When they get to the table, they think about it for a few seconds. So right, that one, that one, that one.
He's always been one of those players who can adapt to conditions.
28.
20 years ago now, when he won the Asian Classic in Bangkok, the table for the final that day was so tough. But he got stuck in and 55. Just about beat Brian Morgan to capture the title.
36.
Here, when you're talking about the table, it's a minor criticism there. Every aspect of the game was rendered extraordinarily difficult, and yet O'Sullivan prevailed.
Yeah, I mean, considering that the standard table in the club, these are beautiful tables. But sometimes they do, it's just about atmospherics, and some venues to play better than other venues. But it's not bad, don't take me wrong, it's not unplayable.
44.
So 39 points to the good O'Sullivan. That means the black would make it 46, and then one more red would be needed.
$51.
Yep, and here it is. Well,
59.
He should have done enough. 3 snookers required, unless this goes in. Now, will Judd come back to the table? He might.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
3
59.
snookers needed. Can't blame him. He was a little bit unlucky, Judd, Phil, when he finished tight to that black. You know, if he gets the cannon on the red differently, he might have taken those.
As you say, Mike, 3 snookers needed, or maybe 1 snooker and a free ball. But it's going to be very hard to extract.
Didn't need much more there for it to go in. Well, he'll pot this and come back for the pink or the black. Because the final red is in an ideal position to get in behind the black. Now, he hasn't played that again. He's struggled to get hold of the white there. And he's not finished ideal. Now, this has to go in. But he won't land good on the red. Well done. Well, he's managed to land good on the red. And how well has he played that to leave himself an angle for the snooker?
8. Judd Trump, 8.
Well played. And he's got the red to the blue as well, which is very clever, i.e. the possible free ball. Ronnie has to be careful here. I mean, the thought process there, Phil, was wonderful, wasn't it? Putting it next to the blue, and of course the execution as well. Great hit, though. Caught it clean. Glad to get that one out of the way. He's left it, though. This goes in. It's 4-2. Well, there's no doubt that at least 2 frames could have gone the other way.
I'll tell you what's really encouraging here this week, the demographic of the crowd.
7.
Young adults, the entire age range, and lots of children. The game's very popular here. And there's nothing that spreads the gospel in countries more than great tournaments, great finals. And with these 2 great players.
16.
Over the years, Eurosport has been wonderful in spreading the snooker message around Europe.
21.
New markets expanding all of the time. And I think pro snooker here in Romania is here to stay.
27.
Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 4-2, and what that means, at the least, he's going to go into the evening session on level terms. Maybe something better than that. There's Judd Trump, snazzy shoes, not a snazzy scoreline though. He trails Ronnie O'Sullivan 4-2. Another couple of frames to be played in the first session of this European Masters final. And so the best Trump can do is achieve parity. Now this is the latest setback for him. Cue ball and object ball very close together using the rest. He missed the black. O'Sullivan stepped in with a clinching 59 break. So looking to pair on, Mike.
Yeah. 2 more frames to come in this session then. Which way will they go? Oh, we've got a kick there. It's jumped off the red. It's okay. Yes, the black has not been Judd's favourite colour today so far. He's got a kick on one. He's just rattled that one. And, of course, he knocked the other one in as well in the 4th frame.
Well, we talk about kicks a lot. A kick on the break-off shot, now that's a rarity.
Great pot there from Judd. He takes the opening bread. He could really do with capturing these next two. I mean, even if he gets one, actually, Phil, 5-3 going into tonight's session is not bad, but he'd like it to be 4-all. Here we go again. He doesn't mess about with those, does he? No hesitation. Lompok success, 91. Well, Ronnie's up to 38. It was at 33 at one stage. Which is unusual because over the last couple of matches, Ronnie's long potting has been terrific.
Yes, you'd think looking at that with a 91% lengthy pot success, he should be bossing the match when in fact he's playing catch-up.
No, and is this red too thin? Well, it was just about where the cue ball was going to finish.
7.
It's not bad because he's left-handed. At least he's got a pot on the black. Took a risk there, positionally wise. This has to go in though, and he's got it. This time the black was kind to him.
14.
Oh, I think you can say that the gloves are off, Phil. He's having a go here, Judd, to try and get himself back for the second session.
$22. $23.
Commentators are often criticised for calling a frame a little too early and saying he should win from here. But I can tell you this, in Trump's mind, he believes already 30 ahead with the balls as they are, it should be 4-3.
Oh, that's why we do it, isn't it? You know, these guys are that good. Their expectations are so high, and the standards that they set are very high. So when they do miss one, we're very surprised, especially in these sort of situations. They expect a lot of themselves, and well, what should we say? At a very high percentage, they tend to produce the goods.
39.
There's been some great stuff already from these two in this final.
Well, Central European time, this match started at high noon, and it's turning out to be something of a shootout already.
Yeah, I do believe that's Judd's girlfriend, actually. I've forgotten her name for the minute. My apologies for that. But I think I'm right in saying that is Judd's girlfriend.
47.
Sometimes it's the biting of the nails, isn't it?
Well, family and friends powerless, aren't they, when they watch on?
Yep.
$54. $55.
$62 ahead. Close then to making it 4-3, with one more frame to come in this first session.
63.
I wouldn't be surprised, Phil, nor you, I think, if this went all the way. They've had some battles down the years.
68. 69.
Well, they've already played 4 matches that have gone the distance. Five, if you include the sprint that was the Championship League final earlier this season. So there's an established history of these two going to the wire.
Well, a good response once more from Judd here. Not bad. He was 3-1 behind at the interval, played back to 3-2. Ronnie pinched the last frame. But if Judd... Well, he's got this one, but he put all his efforts into the last frame of this session. Ooh, what's a pity. He's done enough.
Yes, and he did it with style. Nothing seems to faze Trump in this match. He's had a lot of adversity, a lot of setbacks, a lot of moments where his head might have dropped, but it hasn't. And back to Eurosport's coverage of this inaugural European Masters final. And right now you're watching what is the most important frame of the match so far. It will not be decisive, of course it won't. But if O'Sullivan can take a 5-3 lead into the evening session, he'll be looking good for what would be his 29th world ranking title. But at 4-4, Trump might have the psychological edge.
Yeah, not a great break-off from Judd either, leaving this red out. There you go. You can't leave those out at this level. Yeah, I think it was important, Phil, that Judd got the last one, because the worst-case scenario, you said, was only 2 frames, but if it had gone 5-2, it could have been 6-2. Great red from Ronnie, though. Got the brown to the middle. As I mentioned, this final is warming up nicely.
Six. Thirteen. 14.
Yeah, well played. Nicely controlled there, back for the black. Great crowd in, Phil. It's a wonderful atmosphere.
Well, you never know with a pioneering tournament just how they're going to turn out, whether they're going to be a success or a flop. This one has been the former.
Well, he was looking for the one to the corner, but he's gone far enough for the one to the middle. That's okay.
22. $29. 30.
Just got the right side of the blue. Well, and again, they're all loving this. Can't believe he's going to sleep. Well, nearly.
O'Sullivan, of course, today is pursuing history. If he were to
35.
win, it would be his 29th world ranking title, which would put him second alone on the all-time list. At the moment, he's tied second with Steve Davis and John Higgins, and he hates that positional shot. Just lost the cue ball.
Well, with the anger, he might have a go at this black. I don't know what he was thinking. He might have just glanced the red on the way through, but, well, he's having a go. This is pure needle. Looks good, you know. Oh, well played. Look where the red's finished. Nice little cannon into the blue. What a recovery pop that is. Didn't back away from it. Well, he's done it again.
Well, by going for the black, he abandoned what's taken him to the final in the first place, shot selection discipline. But he didn't abandon it there. That's what he needed to do. Get a good safety and knock a colour safe.
Very clever, very mature there from Ronnie. The disappointment of, he wanted to win the frame there, but he had the maturity to regain the discipline, play the safety. Possible plankton here to the right corner. A couple of reds just between pink and black spot. It's a shot to nothing. I'll take the white back down the table. If the red goes in, it's a bonus. Nearly. Massive frame this, for different reasons. I think he's having a go at this one. Not bad.
Well, the red could have gone anywhere. But considering the way things have gone in this session overall, I think he deserves a little bit of good fortune.
I bet he said, I can't believe you've not that injured. Room for improvement, Phil, do you reckon?
Yes, neither player has been firing on all of their many cylinders in this session, but I think it's been entertaining nevertheless.
Absolutely. There's been plenty going on. Of course, the big question is, will it be 5-3 or 4-piece? Yes, we know that Ronnie O'Sullivan played a few exhibitions with Stuart Bingham in this arena a few months ago, but this is the first time that the crowd here in Romania have seen live tournament snooker. And the stars have come out to play, and they've really turned on the stuff this week. And it's not finished yet. This is the last frame of the first session, with a possible 9 more to come. I don't think there's any doubt, though, Phil, that this tournament is here to stay. Can he get through the gap? Looking at the red to the left corner. Oh, he's playing the safety instead. Thought better of it. Left it awkward.
Yes, the cue ball was never going quite wide enough to go in behind the brown, but Chinese snooker over the brown is the next best thing.
There is another one there, actually, Phil, to the right of that one left. Judd's looking at that. I think it might go, and it's a shot to nothing. Black's waiting. He's going to try and cut this one back in. Too thick. Might have just settled for the safety, but he needs that white to travel a little bit. Again, it's not too bad. I'm not saying that it will, but it's possible that this frame here, of which way it goes, could determine the final session. Chance for Ronnie. Oh. Well, he might have covered the black. Great red. Is he on this black? the shake of the head says no, but he can lay a snooker behind the yellow. Just look at this. Now, those are the ones that were going in yesterday. He struggled a bit today so far because his percentage is still low. I don't think it's, well, it might not be above 40% for the long pot success. Oh, that's nasty. Well, that's the thing, though. Even if you don't get position off those sort of pots, Phil, you can still take control of the table. Well, he's up to 47. He was at 33 at one stage.
Well, he's played that one brilliantly. It looked like a simple enough shot, but you have to be very accurate with both pace and angle. And he's not just got the snooker, he's got the optimum snooker here. The yellow taking away a lot of that right-hand side cushion as we're looking.
Well, he's done well to hit the red, but it might cost him the frame. It was one of those, you know, some days you get away with them, some days you don't. So Ronnie here with a chance to put the finishing touches to this final frame of this first session to lead 5-3.
Yes, don't think Trump's escape was slapdash. Sometimes, even at this level, players have to resort to a little bit of trusting to luck. But he got none.
It was difficult to get out from the brown, wasn't it? And he thought that was the best way to rattle the cue ball in the jaws. But unfortunately for him, I think it's cost him this eighth frame. It's not a disaster. We said if he came out 5-3, it's not a disaster. If he wins the first two tonight, so be it. If he wins the first one, it's game on. But it looks like Ronnie's going to take the edge into this evening's session. And it's been a good session, this. What a century from Judd, 120. OK, the breaks haven't been fine all over the place, but there's been some hard-fought snooker. Well, it'd be definitely an evening session for Joe Johnson and David Hendon to look forward
24.
to.
25.
Very much so, including the interval. This session has taken just a little over 2 hours. Exactly what you'd expect, given the two players
32.
featuring.
33. Forty. 41. 40.
OK then, Ronnie, this is a big test. Position on the yellow.
He's got too much on it. Two of the best cueists in the
55.
game, these boys, and how on earth do you get that much on? Well, probably play the double here. Go on, get him.
Great stuff. O'Sullivan leads 5-3 going into the evening session, and frame 8 was all about breaks of 44-55 and one very telling snooker that made all the difference. O'Sullivan 2 frames ahead, but by no means certain of being crowned champion here in Bucharest, Romania, a little later this evening.
Este campionul în exercițiu al Mastersului și al Openului galez. Dacă ai clipit, l-ai ratat. It's the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
Ronnie O'Sullivan looking to win his 29th ranking title. That would put him second on his own on the all-time list. He's currently tied with Steve Davis and John Higgins on 28, 8 behind Stephen Hendry.
Și adversarul său, pentru că trebuie să aibă un adversar numărul 4 mondial, campion în exercițiul al Openului Chinei. It's the ace in the pack, Judd Trump.
Judd Trump looking for his 6th world ranking title. He won the China Open towards the end of last season. So sit back and enjoy it. As I say, 2 real crowd pleasers here. Determined, I'm sure, to serve up great entertainment for this crowd this evening. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan versus Judd Trump for the European Masters title. There's the trophy. O'Sullivan is 5-3 up at the halfway stage. It's first to 9 who becomes champion. O'Sullivan just seems to have got better and better with every match. He blew away Neil Robertson last night 6-0 in the semi-finals. Judd Trump was excellent as well against Mark Selby in their semi, winning 6-2. So these are the 2 form men of the tournament. But only one can go away with that trophy. Ronnie O'Sullivan to get us underway in frame 9. Well, he looked rusty on his first outing of the season at the Shanghai Masters, but that seems a long time ago now. He's been excellent the last few days. Judd Trump clearly needs to make a good start. Joe Johnson alongside me this evening.
Yes, and what a matching prospect here. A long red sticking out. And you fully expect these players to knock those in. Tough shots. Wasn't far away. Second prize. Hasn't left anything. It's brought the red down the table. And that's an early mistake from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He had left a thin cut to the left corner, so it wasn't a great safety shot. Just getting the next one ready, look. Tried to miss this red. But now he's knocked it over the hole. Played for the red next to the pink. Always had the red over the corner if he wasn't on it. He'd like to get the black back on its spot. That's where all the action is.
7.
Well, that's a poor positional shot, whichever way you look at it. Is the wrong side of the blue or the wrong side of the black. But as I said, he'd like to get the black back on its spot. Yeah. I'd be surprised if he didn't take the black here with the red over the pocket. Can get back to the black next time round. But just hasn't quite got his eye in yet.
12.
Oh, well, you don't often see that where the player goes into the pack of reds from a red, but,
13.
well, is he on a colour? He's on the pink to the middle. He was on every colour a moment ago, and then reds came and blocked pockets.
Well, that's a statement of intent for me. He's shown Ronnie O'Sullivan he's going to attack this evening. And the yellow obviously passes the red to the green pocket. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to get them under pressure. He got Mark Selby under pressure yesterday in the semi-final.
15.
Well, I don't know about naughty snooker, but that's scary snooker, isn't it? Going into the pack of reds from that red over the pocket.
16.
He's got a good record. You know, he's won 6 meetings with O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's won 7. Trump beat him in the World Grand Prix final 2015. O'Sullivan, of course,
21.
in 2 finals in 2014, Champion of Champions and UK Championship. But Trump made comebacks in both of those matches. In fact, the UK was 9-4 down, came back to 9-all.
Some great matches between these two.
22.
But he's just had a look at the black there, and he's going to tie the black up after he pots it here. He'll have to concentrate on the blue. He could have played the cannon to the red on the black spot, but that was risky. He can win the frame with blues. The red's nicely spread.
29.
Just got to keep getting the right side of the blue.
30.
He's made 6 centuries in this tournament, including one in the final. Break of 120 in frame 5.
Yeah, he's had the bigger breaks of the two, hasn't he?
Well, he scored more points. He scored 38 more points coming into this final session, but he's behind 5-3.
Yeah, incredible.
35. $36.
Again, he could play the cannon to the red and black, but no need to. Needs to bounce a lot. Not the best positional shot.
41.
Might be able to cannon into the red by the middle pocket to hold for the blue.
$42.
Again, no
46.
need to touch the black. In fact, wants to keep it there now. But I'm not sure if he can gain position on the blue here without that red behind the black is causing him problems. May have to take the other red into the left corner. Switch to right-handed. This isn't supposed to work out. Trying to find the gap between the black and red. Yeah, didn't want that.
37.
And now he could do with a colour safe. Maybe push the blue to the right side cushion. Clipping off the black's no good. That's just a safety shot. Got to get a colour safe. All important. Brown, could play the brown safe. I'd prefer the blue. Problem with the brown is that you can bring it off the cushion with the green.
47.
So 47 from Trump's first chance in this first frame.
Again, not the best safety. So a chance to tie this frame up, but there's danger with this. Well, what a fluke. Probably going to win in the first frame. Could have lost him it there. He'd left a red on.
Well, if he wins the title, that's significant for sure, because that could have been 6-3, that could have become 7-3, could have been blown away tonight, but looks like 5-4.
8.
So the blue puts him 61 in front with 59 on. Helped by the fluke, for sure.
Yeah, it could be very important, that.
14.
May not have lost the frame at that visit, but he might have lost it eventually. And he certainly won the frame
15.
from it.
Been played at a rapid pace, this final. Sort of blink and you'll miss it, snooker. Average frame time for the first 8 frames,
22.
just under 12 minutes.
23.
I've seen some players take that long over a shot.
Mentioning no names. Yeah, well, they're two great entertainers and they bring the best out in one another. They've been playing exhibition matches through the summer,
30.
which O'Sullivan just edged on the basis that he made more century breaks because they've won the same number of matches. Well,
36.
Got one from there.
yeah, well, it doesn't matter now. He's 83-0 up.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 4. Judd Trump.
The fluke
36
helped, for sure. And little things like that can make a difference in a match of this quality. Two very talented players, a little bit of luck can help. So Trump pulls one back. O'Sullivan now leads the final by 5 frames to 4. Judd Trump has pulled one back, so O'Sullivan now leads him 5-4. First to 9 becomes champion. Brand new tournament. Hard to see how it could have gone much better, really. The quality of the semi-final lineup and now the final lineup, and the crowds have been good. They've built up steadily, and they're loving this, I'm sure.
Yeah, the two most exciting players on the tour. What's not to love? Well, he's left a long red out. And down it goes. And that cue ball just kept running and running and running. I thought he struck it well. But the table seems to be playing a little faster. Well, he could just about get it, and he played for the red next to the black. That frees the black straight away.
5. 6.
Now, if he plays round for this red above the black, he may leave it a little short, just so that he's got, well, he's left it too short. He played to leave it short so he could open the reds, but he wanted another 3 or 4
13.
inches on the cue ball. He's still going to play the same shot. Pot red, open the pack of reds. But a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. That's just about right. Choice of black or pink. Nice angle on the red to come down for the black. It was a little hard. He's lost the cue ball badly there. And this is tough. I've no doubt he'll take it on. But it's tough. No.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 21.
So, chance for Judd Trump. Not an easy red. One to the baulk corner, one to the middle.
Yeah. 1.
And one to the corner. And the reds nicely spread.
8. Nine.
I'd like to have seen him with a little bit more angle on the black. Okay, it's okay, he can get where he wants, but just a fraction harder would have been better. And because he wasn't ideal on the red, he's not on the black, he's not ideal on the red. The red closest to the middle pocket, just making things awkward for him.
$17.
Again, not quite hard enough for what he played.
23.
There's a red to the left centre.
$24. $29. $30.
Well, a fluke helped him in the first frame, but it was an O'Sullivan miss that helped him in this one. He wasn't ideal on that black by any means.
Yes, it wasn't a difficult red to the middle that O'Sullivan played, but left himself with that ultra-thin cut on the black.
36.
Poor positional shot. And O'Sullivan hasn't really got going yet. And he could have lost the first 2 frames. Should do.
But this is what I was saying about
37.
the way Trump played in the first frame of the night. You know, he came out ultra-attacking, just showing Ronnie O'Sullivan he's going to go for it. If anything goes wrong for O'Sullivan, he's going to knock him in. That's what he's got to do here to level up. Bearing in mind, he beat John Higgins 4-0 in the quarterfinals and Mark Selby 6-2 in the semis. So it will be some trio of scalps if he were to win tonight. Doesn't get much better than that, really.
Oh, much harder.
45.
24 points the lead. Doesn't need that safe red on the left side cushion.
$51. 52.
2 pinks would be enough to leave him requiring snookers, O'Sullivan.
$58.
So red and a pink or red and a black.
59.
And has the angle, I think, just to bring that red into play. Poor play on that one, like he did. Terrific positional shot.
Well, already a snooker required, but this to make sure, and it's going to be
66.
level pegging. So exactly the start that Trump was looking for. The match level for the first time since it was 1 apiece.
$72.
What a great pot. Every chance of the century now. What a start for Judd Trump.
He's creeping up
78.
towards 400 career centuries. This will be number 399 if he does complete it, which is pretty impressive for the 27-year-old. He's only been on the tour 11 years.
83.
And he's in 8th place on the all-time list of century makers.
'87. '92.
So one mistake, that's all it was from O'Sullivan. Trump has been merciless
98.
here. And brilliant. Black for his 2nd century of the final. It's a clearance of 105. And we're level pegging. Five frames all, and all to play for. Black. Trump made 105.
Well, missed that one by so much. The cue ball's gone into the black and red. Shouts have come on Ronnie, but I'm not sure if he can get to a colour from this red.
One.
Well, if it had slipped past the black, then kissed the red, that would have been a marvellous shot. Just a little bit too much stun on the cue ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Well, could have just touched the black and Trump wouldn't have had a shot to go up the table. O'Sullivan just wanted to keep the game flowing. That's freed the black, but a little heavy with the cue ball. Just coming down to look, see if that red next to the black will go to the right corner.
Well, that's playing time. 2 hours for 10 frames, Joe. This is the stuff, isn't it?
Incredible. What a treat for everybody at home and live in the arena.
There it is. The average frame time has actually come down a little bit.
They're good safety shots. He found the line of the shot there. And it's put O'Sullivan in a bit of bother. You can see the reds.
Pot success, nothing in it really.
I've got a feeling I know what Trump would play here. He'd probably play the plant, screwing back to balk. Well, he very nearly found the gap there with all that left-hand side on the cue ball.
That could have gone badly wrong. He just flicked off the red, full of contact, could have been in trouble there.
Caught it too thick. Oh, that was a big shot. And he knew it. He was leaving a red on. If he missed it, Didn't like the contact, but it went thin rather than thick.
One.
Black's covered for the moment.
Six. Seven.
No, he might just play the cannon to the pink here. And if he can catch it on the right side of the pink, he should be able to develop it just like that and be on a red.
12.
Could have been better. Didn't play that one well.
Judd's girlfriend watching on.
Well, again, that could have been better. He's going to need the long stuff.
18.
But maybe able to play around the two angles for the pink. If he's too hard, he's on the blue. Well, I'd have preferred the other one. This is very tight into the middle pocket.
19.
And he's got it. And he's on the black. He's checked. Yeah, and now he's in full control. Brave shot to the middle.
26. 27.
'Didn't want to hold the spot.
34. 35.
'A little heavy.
40. 41.
Happy with that.
Well, happy so far. With the start, you do see in these longer matches, quite often one player will have a spell where they're dominating, and that's certainly the case for Trump at the moment.
Needs to keep running for this red to the middle.
43. 44.
So far, so good. The black puts him 50 in front.
Well, that's gone about as bad as it could. I don't think he can reach this, even though he's left-handed. Well, maybe he can, but it's difficult queuing.
That's what they're playing for, the trophy.
Good pot.
Yeah, that's a good recovery. And he didn't make a meal of it, did he? He's been really positive all week. He's got this new cue, which I suspect he'll be keeping hold of.
He checked to see if the red would pass the reds into the left corner, but he's got one to the middle if not.
58.
He needs red and a colour to put the frame safe.
$59.
Dream start. Two snookers needed. Otherwise,
66.
Trump's ahead for the first time.
It could be another century now.
67. Judd Trump.
Well, 67. But it's another frame that goes to Judd Trump, 3 on the spin. And for the first time in this final, he is in front. And suddenly it's Ronnie O'Sullivan, the man under pressure. Judd Trump leading here in Bucharest by 6 frames to 5.
Well, that's unfortunate. He's not on anything.
8.
Don't think the red next to the pink will go to the middle. So 2 great pots there. He's got 8 from them.
Judd Trump. 8.
And that's not a bad safety there, that side of the table. Just got to catch the paint here. And that's what he did. What a fine safety. Trouble for Judd Trump. And he can play a similar type of shot. He's going for the pot again. Well, it was a good shot to go for. Had he potted it, it would probably have been on the black. Couldn't leave anything but the red he was playing on. Oh, very nearly caught that red full. And he would have left it on.
Yeah, it seems a strange thing to say, but it's almost as if this is being played too quick for Ronnie O'Sullivan. It's at breakneck speed. A couple of safeties he just misjudged. He's looking to get back into things, get back in amongst the balls and try and make a break of his own.
Gonna miss the pink here. And he didn't. So, Judd Trump back in again. And he's really under pressure at the moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan. I think he'd welcome the break.
They're the average shot times. But Judd Trump has won all the really fast frames. All the ones under 10 minutes. cued that so well.
Well, didn't he just? And to take that one on instead of the easy red to the middle with the pink, it just tells you how he's thinking, how confident he is.
Yeah, it's a good point, because even some top players, some players who've won huge titles, are overawed by Ronnie O'Sullivan. You can understand it, players further down the rankings, but top players are overawed by him. But Judd Trump is showing that he's not. He's taken the game to him this evening. It's working so far.
Excuse me, can hear you down here. Thank you.
Black only available to the right corner. He'd like to move those two reds away from the pink spot before he takes the pink.
$14. $15. $21.
Just didn't come far enough for the red into the right corner, which would have led him to the black.
22. $25.
Would have liked to have been another 2 or 3 inches harder. Could have taken that red behind the pink. Played a straight pink to the middle. But that could be a big point as well. Switch to left-handed. Nicely played, and what a touch that was round the two cushions left-handed.
Well, this could be a very important visit for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, he thinks these are a plant to that right corner. They'd have to be absolutely set to the pocket. And they were. Has he come far enough? Well, deserved to be on the black, but I think he had to play it with a touch of right-hand side to pot it.
16. 17.
23 years since he won his first ranking title, UK Championship, 1993, when he was still not quite 18. Incredible longevity. Never been anything like it in snooker in terms of winning big titles.
25.
Settle for that. None of the reds have gone safe. Cue ball could be going into the yellow, so you may have to play this with a touch of stunt. Caught the brown, didn't want to. Where's it going to finish? Absolutely
31.
perfect on the red.
$32.
Again, under-hit it. That's careless.
Well, he's been sort of battered this evening, but there's nothing he hasn't seen in his career.
40.
You can just win this frame, 6-all at the interval, then it really is a fight to the finish. Judd Trump has been dominant this evening so far.
I just wonder if it was a kick on the blue.
46.
Or was it just a lapse in concentration?
47.
Could have done with that cue ball just travelling on another 2 or 3 inches. Probably play up for one of the smaller colours here.
That's spraying ball. So Ronnie O'Sullivan, well, he's weathered a storm. And it sets it up, doesn't it, nicely. We don't need an interval, frankly. There's no point, but we're gonna get one. We've only been going 45 minutes this session.
66.
But it sets it up nicely, anyway, from when they do come back.
68.
And it's apt, you know, it's 10 years to the day since Paul Hunter passed away at the tragically young age at 27. And how apt that we should be watching a match between two
71.
popular, talented stars who have lit up this sport, as Paul did. And our thoughts are very much with his family today. He's much missed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
75.
My advice is raise a glass to him, because he enjoyed every day of his life, never complained. This was sort of snooker he produced against Ronnie O'Sullivan when he won the Masters for the 3rd time in 2004. These two are putting on a show here in Romania tonight.
86.
So Trump won the first 3 of the evening. O'Sullivan, though, has made the most of this chance. He's cleared up with 93, and it's game on in Bucharest. The final is level at 6 frames all, and it's turning into an absolute classic. O'Sullivan's 93 has made it 6-all.
Frame 13. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
It's been blink and you'll miss it stuff. Really entertaining. O'Sullivan then back level as he breaks off in frame 13.
Just missed the blue, and that's why he's lost the cue ball. Just coming back out of balk. Not a good break off from the left-handed break. Could be costly.
Do you know, I was just thinking before he broke off that if this goes the distance, he'll have the break-off shot in the decider, which could be a big shot, and that's why. Because Trump's got in straight away.
Yeah, he could have played down for the red next to the black, cleared the black, but chose to go into them. And he's on a couple of reds. Could play for the black here or up for the blue. No, that's not a good shot.
7.
That's not a good shot. That's end of break. Didn't have enough left-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the reds. It is again, wanted to play it with left-hand side, which it may have done, but not enough. And this is where safety play really does come into the game, because between these two, it's got to be safe. Shouldn't be too bothered about leaving the long straight red on. The black's not available. So as long as that cue ball's close to the cushion, he shouldn't be bothered about leaving the red on. could have done with it being closer, though. Again, not a good safety shot, that. That cue ball should have been tight. Or at least a lot closer. Caught it too thin. Hence the double kiss. Could have been worse, though. He's going to need the rest for that red that's in the balk area. A right-handed player could probably reach it. Oh, his waistcoat was dangerously close to that red. Could so easily have fouled there, and he still might. Well, look at the...
Guaranteed Marcel will be keeping an eye on it, the referee. He's okay.
It's how it flicks back up when he jumps up.
Well, the stretching didn't help in terms of the pot. So that's a let-off for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And could be very costly as well. So O'Sullivan gets a chance in this frame.
1.
Now he'd like to get rid of that red to the left of the black, but he's a little bit too straight on the blue to play that shot, so we'll probably have to go back down for the blue again. No, he got there. Look at that, straight at that red. That's causing him problems.
6. 7.
Sees the plan of the game so early, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And immediately saw that that red opens the frame up completely.
14. 15.
Didn't play the kiss on the red. He would have been straighter on the pink without it.
21.
Played off the reds to open them.
22.
And now one good positional shot. And he's got the frame at its mercy. Not ideal on the green. Could play the cannon to pink.
Well, that's Ion Tiriac. He's a legend in Romanian sport. He's a former tennis and ice hockey player. He's going to be presenting one of the trophies later.
He's lost the cue ball. I think he played the cannon to the pink there. Or the red next to it. This is tough.
26.
But in it goes, and he's back in full control.
Yes, and although he's been put under pressure tonight, let's be honest, it's his sort of match this. It's open, it's attacking. It's not like he's being ground down. So he knows that it's about whether he takes his chances in terms of whether he's going to win or not.
34. 40. 41.
Things were going so well for Trump until he missed that blue in the frame before the interval.
Yes, made a poor positional shot though in potting the red in this frame. He's in first, open the pack of reds.
True,
49.
but he could have been 7-5 up. He might be 7-6 down in a minute.
It should be.
$56. $57.
Well, just 2 balls away from going back into the lead, barring snookers.
Didn't want to finish straight on the black. Wanted to miss that red, but he's okay. He's on both reds.
64.
What a match this is turning out to be. What a great response from O'Sullivan.
72.
More or less set out the first 3 frames.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, he was surprised at that miss, but he's done the damage. 72 from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Another swift, quick-fire frame. O'Sullivan back in front then at 7-6.
To the right corner. This was so close. I thought it was in. Good pot.
1.
Black tied up for the moment. The way he's played it, choice of 2 reds.
5.
Well, if he could pot the red, pot the pink would go behind the reds, and that would make the pack easier to go into from the blue.
$6.
Because the pink's so far away from the reds, it would have been difficult to go into them.
Need a moment here, please.
Marcel Eckhart asking for a moment. That's not to get his breath back. That's to put the pink somewhere. Good job it's a young man refereeing this.
Well, I think that's the longest shot time of the match.
12.
A little hard. Well, just a fraction hard. But he's going to have to play the blue if he wants to open the reds. And it's a good pack to go into. Oh, he's missed it by a week.
Judd Trump. 13.
And that, I think, was just pressure that Ronnie O'Sullivan's been putting him under. O'Sullivan immediately opening the reds up.
1.
Attempting to. He's brought 4 or 5 reds into play. That's the blue that Trump missed. He may have had memories of that blue he missed in the earlier frame. Coming
6.
down for the 2 reds by the black, but didn't quite get close enough to them. A chance to bring more reds into play.
Yeah, he's starting to look super confident again, isn't he, Ronnie O'Sullivan?
13.
Just a little spell where he was making mistakes. Trump was on the rampage early on in this session.
It was that simple blue, wasn't it? It's all turned round since that simple blue. It's whether it's still in his mind, maybe. He's gone to the interval, probably thinking I should have been 7-5 up, and he can't get it out of his mind. It happens with players. But he just doesn't look the same player.
Yeah, and the interval came along, and it's hard not to reflect, well, it should be 7-5, not 6-all in that 15-minute break.
Anxious times for Judd Trump, and this is the blue. He may have got a kick, but we say it many times, it's so difficult to forget about it when it means so much.
Yeah, when you get punished for it, as he was, O'Sullivan made 93 from that to make it 6-all.
$22.
Red behind the pink, directly behind the pink will go.
27. 28.
Nice angle to play onto that red.
$35. $36.
Yeah, he's thinking where he's going to be after he pots the pink. Now he'll get the rest out. Has he come back too far?
42.
Has he come back too far? The body language suggests he has. Yep, he came back too far. So Trump
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
breathes again.
42.
That's a better safety. He got too close to the angles. He didn't play that. Now, has he got fortunate? Had to put everything into the pot there, and surely it's the safety. The black, surely too risky. Cue ball's going into the reds. He could take the pink on dead weight, block the pocket if it doesn't go in.
Judd Trump.
Oh, and it stayed there. How close was that? But he's blocked the pocket. I thought it was in. This could turn into the longest frame.
Yes, being forced into playing safe now.
Not hard enough on the safety. He could roll this into the pocket, leave the cue ball on the black cushion, and he wouldn't leave anything but the red he's playing on. Decided to play at pace. Oh, there's all sorts happening. Oohs and ahs all over the place.
Thank you.
Yes, sometimes for a game of great skill, it really is just balls rolling around a table, and that's what it was here. Anything could have happened here. The pink could have gone in, the red could have gone in, the white could have gone in, but it's finished well for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yes, had he knocked the pink in, there was an easy red hanging over the corner pocket. Caught it a little thick, and he's pushed a red over the middle, and what a chance for Judd Trump.
Well, he was heading for 8-6, but that positional shot cost him, and now that shot has cost him. It's down to Trump to take advantage.
He's got to get rid of that pink as soon as possible.
1.
Could play for the red closest to the left corner. Could play for the red to the middle. Choice is his. But he's underhit it, and he's underhit it by a distance. He's 3 or 4
6.
inches short there. Okay, he still may pot the red, but he'll be disappointed, and you don't want to be playing with disappointment in your mind.
7.
Thought he would have played down for the red nearest the left corner to start with. Just needed to drop it in, and he'd have been nicely on the pink. But as long as he keeps potting balls, that's the main thing.
13. 14.
A little hard for the black, so we'll have to play the pink. So it
20.
could come down to that red closest to the left side cushion.
21.
Well, he'd like to have been closer to the black. And that way he could have got closer to the red. No, this is a
20.
big shot. Scores all level.
Yes, it would depend on where the red would finish, were he to miss it, but it could make the difference, this shot, between 7 all or 8-6 to O'Sullivan.
Yeah, what a big shot. Plenty of pressure on this one at full stretch. Now, as David said, where's it going to finish? And it's not good
28.
for Judd Trump. That's a massive frame.
Quietly, please.
It was all Kikuin. It was a big shot.
Left-handed and perfectly around the two cushions to finish on the blue. How good is he left-handed?
6.
So yellow to blue for 8-6.
8. $11. $15.
Difficult to see a way back for Trump. He's going to have to play extremely well.
Yeah, this is impressive from O'Sullivan because he was put under a lot of pressure early in the session.
26.
But he stayed calm, he stayed focused. He's now won 3 on the spin. One more and he's the champion. And his fans love that. It was a tough red that Trump missed. And O'Sullivan is one away. He leads 8-6. Trump 8-6 in the final of the European Masters here in Bucharest, Romania. So O'Sullivan needs one more to be champion. It's been played at breakneck speed, this final.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
But the gap is back. It was 2 frames to O'Sullivan when they resumed tonight. And once again, he's 2 in front and 1 away, as I say, from the trophy.
Yes, and you would think that in the next 3 frames that Sullivan's going to get some kind of a chance at some stage. Long straight red to the corner. Well, I did say it was straight. He was hoping to wobble the cue ball, stay on the black. Good cueing though. So a chance. Needs to slow down. Now, choices here, whether to play for that red to the right of the pink or go into them. It's into them. And it's worked out nice, unless that red goes in. Oh my word.
Judd Trump 4.
He'd won the title there for a moment. So life for Judd Trump. He's got to take it. And straight away, he finishes the wrong side of the blue. And that tells you that he's feeling it badly. Sprung off that cushion.
Six.
Good pot. Expected a kiss on the reds. He needs a full ball kiss on the green, and he got it. Now he's got the same choice here, whether to go into them or play for that red to the right of the pink. Into them. How's your luck? It could have been worse. It's okay. He's got a red to the
11.
corner. Also got this red to the middle. Good pot. Well, he's fighting.
18.
Didn't want to finish hampered over the red, and although he can pop the pink, I don't think he can get to a red. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth playing the pink? Because he'd be on the red if he missed it.
Blue ball.
Oh, what a fantastic pot that was. My word, that was a shot and a half, that one. He was out of the tournament.
24.
He'd lost the championship had that one not gone in. What a shot.
25.
Yes, fearless.
I can't believe he's played that shot.
Well, 8-6 down, as you say.
Well,
31.
I've heard the saying, all or nothing. Well, that was all or nothing.
Good sign, though, for Trump supporters, because it shows you that in his mind he's still thinking about winning this match, not the possibility of losing it.
It also sends a message to Ronnie O'Sullivan that he's not finished yet.
$38.
Sometimes these finals, we hype them up and they don't quite live up to the hype. Well, this one has,
39.
and then some. Still is, with every frame we see. And what a reward for Romania, their first professional event. They put this tournament on, fans have turned out, and they are being treated to a classic.
$45.
Just enough right-hand side on the cue ball to finish on this red.
46.
45 points, the difference. Another red and a colour. think the audience, if it's something like you and I, David, we don't want this to end. Could do with being a best of 35 or something, this. So good.
Well, it's been a tale of two blues for Trump tonight. The one he missed when he had a chance to lead 7-5, but he's more than redeemed himself with the one he's knocked in. Talk about a do-or-die pot that he's just knocked 59. In to keep this frame going, keep this final going.
60.
Yeah, it reminded me of the blue that Alex Higgins made when he was playing Jimmy White, his most famous break of all time. The difference is, though, that Alex had to go for the blue. He had to go for it, otherwise he was out. He could have played safe, Trump, but chose to go for it. And
67.
What a blue it was. He screwed the right side of the pocket as well.
68.
We get a chance to see that one again, because that was a tremendous shot.
Well, these two, and Alex, and who he was playing, Jimmy White, are
75.
deserve to be in the same bracket as great entertainers and great players.
76.
He'd like another century, of course. He's had 2 in the final already. He may well still get it, and it would be his 400th of his career, so a little milestone coming up potentially here. Only the 8th man to do that, but he's still in his 20s.
A switch to right-handed.
87.
Switch back to left.
91.
One-handed coming up.
Well, this, if he was
96.
feeling it slightly, this will get him right back together again. The blue he knocked in was memorable. This is his 400th career century, and what a significant break it could be for Judd Trump. Fantastic clearance. What a final this is. 109 from Judd Trump. He's just getting better and better and better. Ronnie O'Sullivan still one away from victory. He now leads 8.
Well, he couldn't have asked to play that any better. He's got another red he can play for.
Blue ball.
Now it needs to slow down.
40.
So he's built a nice lead. Well, if you can see enough of blue, you can play the cannon to the red. Wow, what a brave shot again. Deserved better.
48.
So just a safety, but what a great attempt to try and develop the reds.
Judd Trump.
Yes,
48.
still going for it, and he's got himself a useful lead here. 46, a good safety.
Yeah, and a tap on the table there from O'Sullivan. A great sportsman. There's more danger coming down this side. A red goes if he catches them thin, and he has done. I thought he would have come down the other side of the table. If he finishes on a colour, it's a decider.
Well, what a treat it's been, and it looks like we're going to get the final frame finish.
Here's another red. and couldn't have played that any better.
6.
Well, he looked in trouble 8-6 down. O'Sullivan looked by far the more confident. But I tell you what, the blue he knocked in the last frame, that do-or-die shot, has kept him alive in this final.
And I think more importantly, it's given him his confidence back as well, that blue.
14. $15.
The crowd clapping every ball that's going in now. And rightfully so.
Yeah, the only negative about this final is it's going to end. And it's going to end after the next frame.
22.
It's been wonderful stuff.
$23.
We had some very good safety play in this frame. But Trump has been looking. I mean, that red he knocked into the middle, he just dropped it in. O'Sullivan got so close to the pot.
30.
Maybe that's cost him. Well, it has cost him in this frame. Had an easy safety.
Well, it's been an exhibition of exhilarating, entertaining snooker, and we've got one more frame to decide who is going to be European Masters champion here in Bucharest tonight. Judd Trump from 8-6 down. Between them was 7-6 to O'Sullivan coming in. In terms of deciders, Trump's won 3, O'Sullivan 1. But frankly, stats are meaningless at this point. It's been such a high standard. It could, as I said earlier, it could come down to the break-up shot, and that's down to Ronnie O'Sullivan. It could be one chance will be enough. We'll see. It's been a wonderful final, and there's one more frame to go.
Thank you to the silent frame.
So one more frame to decide it. 8 apiece in the final of the European Masters. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
It's got to be a good break-off. And it is. Don't think he can pot this red. I'll think again. He could. Got a good cue ball though. Wasn't far away, but does the red pass the black to the right corner? That could have won him this final had the red gone in. Well, does it go? I'm going to stick my neck out and say yeah. He's right behind the shot though, and he doesn't think so. Well, with that red down next to the brown, means the safety's got to be down this end for a while. Although, if you can see that red closest to the cushion, he could have played down into the green area, but I don't think he can. And Sullivan can see the red next to the brown. He could play it. Problem is that he might leave that red onto the right corner. Tried to hide it. Well, he's covered the black. Oh, again, so close. Where's it going to finish? Where's it going to finish? Over the pocket. But can O'Sullivan see it?
They seem to go in and come out again. Just caught the jaw, that's why.
Yes, he could. So O'Sullivan gets the first chance. He's going to have to disturb them, though, if he needs to pot another red. And the green is the ball that will do that. Good pot. How's your luck? It could have been better. I don't think the black goes. So it was just the pot red.
Yeah, he finished dead straight on that, didn't he? Couldn't really do anything with the white. One thing's for sure, though, they're both going to win this, aren't they? They're both trying. It's not going to be a case of waiting for someone to make a mistake or being hesitant. Any sort of chance, they're going to try and take it. That's how they've played all day.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
Well, this red may go to the right corner. The one he's going to be playing. It's ultra thin. But always concentrating on that cue ball. Yeah, he didn't want to catch that red. It's left a half chance here. Very difficult to judge these type of shots, but I'm pretty sure he'll be going for it. There's the trophy.
Yeah, that's what they've been going for right from the start, the new European Masters trophy.
Well, he was going to go for it then. Thought better about it. It's such a tough pot, this. Little chip back into a blind pocket. So just playing the safety. That was a ball to take on. The cue ball was almost certainly going into the balls. So a chance for Judd Trump.
Yeah, so Sullivan has been in, made just 5 before losing position. Now Judd Trump. How many can he make?
1.
Well, he's been scoring very heavy when he gets in amongst them. He'll have a 70 or 80 break here.
Yes, he's had 3 centuries in the final, plus another couple of half centuries as well.
Black spot occupied. That's why the brown, why it's gone on the brown spot. Got to get the right side of the blue. Come down for those reds by the black spot. Hasn't quite come far enough.
14.
And too far for the one at the back of the pack. Do with that red bouncing.
Well, this venue is a circus venue for the rest of the year, and I guess this is the equivalent of being on the high wire in the decider in a final.
Just a moment here, please.
Yes, it's been a fine week. The crowds have built up. The snooker's been great. It's been a success, this tournament.
Look where the brown's gone. Not often you see that. All the spots occupied, so the brown goes as close as it can to its own spot in a direct line.
19.
So black and pink now tied up.
20.
Now may play for that red closest to the black cushion here. He could play for the one out in the open. But that's the easiest one to get onto with an angle to get back to the blue.
25.
Now, this time he has got a red he can play for, but he might just go into them. Nothing he can do except sit and hope he gets a chance.
$31.
The points mounting.
Yeah, sure. 32.
Again, he's got the angle on the blue to go into them. He's going to have to go into them at some stage. Still got those two reds by the black spot. That's what he's played for. He needs a big bounce.
37.
Has it bounced enough? Well, that's not too bad. He's got the angle to come in and out of balk. Come down for that loose red. Well, he's on the red. And again, it's difficult to get to the right side of the blue from here.
44.
Difficult, but not impossible. Now, he's got to go into them now. And if he could miss the pink and catch those 2 reds.
Don't miss the blue. We've been here before.
And he did. And that couldn't have worked out any better.
44 in front. Yes, he missed the blue off the spot in frame 12, but redeemed himself, of course, in frame 15 with that cracking long blue. Oh, and the red wriggles in. It wriggles in.
Wow. He's either right side of the blue to get to that last red, and that's all he'd need.
Oh, it took its time.
Has he got the angle on the blue to get to the red? Just needs the red. And he knows. He knows that.
55.
Well, I'm saying he just needs the red. He needs a colour because O'Sullivan could draw. But he should be able to get to the blue from there.
Yeah, no, Sullivan, of course, would need blacks, which is currently tied up.
56.
So this is it then, after a pulsating day snooker. This is championship ball. Well, Judd Trump can tell us himself, but this is surely his greatest triumph. I know he's won the UK Championship, but to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan, the way O'Sullivan's played, the way Trump has had to play to beat him, from 8-6 down, what an achievement.
Absolutely, David. And I, for one, didn't think he had it in him. When he was 8-6 down, the way he'd lost those frames. What a
67.
tremendous achievement.
Yes, he's passed a little psychological test, and he's surely going to be so delighted. He's not going to finish with another century unless he pulls out something special. Hang on.
Was
hang
that
on.
special? Wow. What a shot. Incredible shot. Get in. Get in.
Well, an incredible final between 2 crowd pleasers, and Judd Trump from 8-6 down has pulled it off. What a satisfying moment for him to beat the great Ronnie O'Sullivan 9-8 and win the European Masters here in Bucharest. A fantastic final that will live long in the memory. O'Sullivan more than played his part, but Judd Trump, who made 3 centuries, is the champion.